Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's or this week's My Obsessions is going to be about 3 topics, 2 of them related, 1 of them not so related. Well, kind of related, but nonetheless, no, it's not related. Anyways, and excuse me if you hear some noises. My cat is down here on my feet, rubbing and being really attention-grabbing, so you might hear some meowing, just as a warning. So, first off, has to do with respect. And this has to do with what's called netiquette. For those of you that don't know, it's just etiquette on the internet. I realize that because you have the opportunity to be anonymous, a lot of people use that as an opportunity to act however the heck they want. But I feel like people in general, you guys and myself, need to use this as an opportunity to present a more personal experience. You're not going to get a personal experience, you're not going to be able to... Basically, the point I'm trying to make, without making it long-winded, is treat it like it's real life. Okay? I mean, a lot of people just go on the internet, just get frustrated with each other, just troll each other, do things like that, and then what happens? Nothing gets accomplished, and you don't really have any real sense of anything, really. But anyways, that was just a little bit of me digressing. That wasn't what I meant to talk about. The point is respect. There was something I noticed today that happened when I was at work that really made me pretty upset, actually, which revolves around this concept of, people not respecting each other. Granted, there's exceptions on both sides of the stories, extremes on both sides, but, I mean, this was just something like I saw a guy in a not a wheelchair. It's like one of those carts. It was a guy who was in a wheelchair that wanted to get in a cart so that he wouldn't have to, push the wheels the whole time because, frankly speaking, it's tiring. I mean, can you imagine having to do that if you have that handicap, unfortunately? It's tiring. So I understand. This guy was got into a cart, and he's trying to go, and there are these guys. There's this whole family. I'm not going to specify race or anything like that because then this will turn into a race attack, which it isn't. It has to do with people. I've seen this out of everybody. But there's this family of people with 3 carts in the entryway. This is Costco, by the way. 3 carts in the entryway with nobody stopped moving out of the way. And he can't go backwards because there's people waiting behind him to go, so he's stuck. And it's just it's not like a person just walking, you'll see just people walking by, okay, that's fine, they can fit through. He's got this wide cart, he can't fit through. And nobody's moving. They're not doing anything. He's saying, excuse me, can you guys please at least move to the side? They're just not listening. It's little things like that. Really? You can't even have that little bit of courtesy, just move to the side? And if you're going to stop and start discussing things, why do you have to take up the whole entire section? And this guy's just sitting here getting frustrated. He's being totally polite about the whole thing, though he never gets rude. But you can tell he's getting frustrated about the whole thing. Why? Why do people act like that? So, lesson of the day, I just wanted to say, or for the week, and I saw this a lot while I was working this week, actually, just please respect each other. It's just the little things like that, it's the age-old saying, treat others how you would like to be treated. If you want to be disrespected, that's different. Unique situation. Okay, fine. But most people aren't like that. They would like to be treated with respect. And so do that. Do that for others. And, honestly, it won't always happen, but I guarantee you it will happen more often than not, that you will be treated as such as well. Now, piggybacking off the respect idea, more relevant to my channel, and keep in mind, by the way, I already said my vlog is going to be about life, the universe, and everything. Whatever I want to talk about, it's just my own personal topics. They happen to be about Hello Project and things like that, which are relevant to my other uploads, which is fine, but they don't necessarily need to be. So keep that in mind moving forward. So piggybacking off of that, going into the topic, a topic more related to what I usually talk about, is has to do with respect and tolerance. Now, for those of us who are fans of things like Hello Project or video games or books even, or movies or television shows, whatever, this geeks has this negative connotation, which I think is really silly, because really the definition of geek realistically is just, somebody who's passionate about something they like. A subject, a genre, a topic, something they know very well about and they are very well versed in. Why is that such a bad thing? I noticed since I was a kid, and even before that, even like with video games, for example, that was a big problem. People hated on people who hate video games, and this is starting to happen now. But this topic regarding video games, I'll cover more on my other channel. More I'm talking about the Hello Project, my idol thing, music. And this is a big thing, music is a form of entertainment. Yeah, it's considered art, and there are forms of music that are art forms, that there's no denying them. Absolutely, they absolutely are. And some are just made purely for the form of entertainment, and granted, you could still argue that's art, because art is meant to please. There's different measures of pleasure, and different types of pleasure, so, to be fair, yeah, just pure entertainment without any depth, that can be art too, why not? But that's the conversation for another time. We have a lot of conversations for another time, don't we? Regardless, the point is, it's meant for entertainment. It's meant for us to enjoy. So why do I have to attack you for what you like? Why do you have to attack me for what I like? Why do you have to disrespect me for what I like? This is something I've been dealing with pretty much since I got out of high school, and I think it's really silly. I'm 27 years old now. From 18 to 27, that's almost 10 years, I've been getting the same crap from everybody, except for my family and a handful of friends. But everybody, like, for example, my phone. I have this phone case. Morning Musume phone case. People give me weird looks when I pull it out. Like, seriously? Why? What is a big deal? I understand, the multicolored thing that oftentimes is representative of homosexuality, which I think is silly. Once again, a topic for another time. But, as far as labeling and stuff, I think it's very terrible the way we do it in society. But regardless, the point being, a lot of times the way I'm holding it like this anyways when I'm using my phone, and then like this, so they won't see the colors. Usually it's just the girls, and they look at us like, dude, I'm a guy, and I have a case full of cute girls on it, and that's something to look at as being weird? I don't know. It may be the fact that they're not... I don't know, whatever. The point is things like that, tolerance. Like, why? Why is that a big deal? I'm sitting in my room listening to J-pop, and then a stranger comes in, stranger to me, like a family friend or something, and hears it, and they just like, what is that? Like, that's so weird. Why does he listen to that stuff? It's so weird. Come into my room and see the posters, like, oh, that's so weird. Like, what? Why? How's that any different from me putting up stuff of like the Beatles, or me putting up video game stuff, which I used to do, or me putting up artwork, like just painted artwork? If it was those other stuff, like, people wouldn't say anything, but no, it's J-pop idols, all of a sudden that's bad. It's things like that that bother me, and like, also piggybacking off of that, continuing on to that tolerance and respect thing. Now, from there, the best way we can show others and help others understand that they need to respect us because it's unfair to us because we're not doing anything to them, is to make sure we also respect each other. That's something I see a big problem on. Like, I'll go on YouTube and like read through comments of stuff, and like, we're all like-minded people. I'll go on to like a Morning Musume video, for example, and then I'll see one person will post hate towards one specific member, and then this whole entire war comes out of the speech war between these people, and it's just like, okay, you don't like the person, what's the big deal? Like, fine, you don't need to antagonize everybody else about it, and vice versa, the other people don't need to respond in kind. Well, I understand defending to an extent. You want to defend things you like, that's understandable, but in a respectful manner. I disagree with a lot of things. For example, I don't like Miho. That's not a right way to say it. I don't think Miho Sayashi in Morning Musume is as good as everybody thinks she is. I think she's highly overrated. I think her personality is quite boring. I have no interest in her. I think she's cute. That's cool. And she does sing well in the type of singing she does. And Lola will know this. We just had a little discussion about this, actually, recently. But, the fact is, I like being the ace, the Morning Musume ace. There's so many better in the group, and she's the one who's the ace. And it's funny because I don't even think she's that popular in Japan. I think it's overseas that she's popular, which is kind of interesting. But, point being, I'm not going to hate on somebody for liking him. Like, my friend Kartik, he loves Miho. That's his favorite. Kartik's favorite is Miho, and that's cool. That's fine. Well, what's the big deal? We all have different reasons. I love Haruna. I'll be the first to admit she's a terrible singer. She is. But, so, I still love her, and I love her for different reasons. Same thing, like, point is, like, so what? Who cares if he likes somebody you don't like, or she likes somebody you don't like, or she likes something you don't like, blah 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 blah, like, okay, big deal. Just deal with it, you know? But, and like I said, I understand it. Discussion and disagreement are actually very healthy. It's good to have disagreements and to discuss it out, but usually it's not in a mature fashion that this happens. So please respect each other. That's all I want to get. That's the biggest topic for today. That was a two-pronged topic. The third topic is a little bit more interesting. I read recently about, this is Morning Musume related, for those of you that don't care, you can just stop watching now. I noticed that Sayu said that she is quitting show business temporarily. Temporarily, she specifically said temporarily. It's not like berries where they're going on a, you know, indefinite hiatus, which basically means they're quitting in a nice way. No, she said she wants to come back, but she's, for now, as soon as she graduates, she's going to quit. And I think this is funny because playing off of something else she said earlier, which is the fact that she said that she always wanted to be an idol forever, but at a certain point in her age, she's realized that she's not old enough. I mean, she's getting to the point in her life where she can't play that cutesy character anymore in the same way she used to. And bluntly speaking, she's saying, I feel old. I feel old and I don't feel like I can do this anymore. I can still continue, I can still be cute, I can still do what I do, but in this group with all these young girls, I can't do it the same way. And I have to move on and find another way to do my things. So I found this really interesting because I've had this personal connection. I have a very personal connection with her in the sense that we're in the same age, like she's 2 years younger than me. So we're growing at the same time, in the same rate, kind of experiences similar things in the way we experience the world around us. So it's interesting because I've had that same feeling. Like, for example, dance covers, I don't even touch them as much anymore. I don't practice as much anymore. I still exercise, still dance, but I don't really record. Why? I know it's silly, but I don't feel as young anymore. You know, I'm 27 now. I don't feel like it's something that is as appropriate for me to be doing. There's other projects I can be doing that I will contribute to that is still related to these topics, but I don't know if I'll be doing dance covers as much anymore. Like, I watch the things and I just don't feel like I have the ability to adapt and to grow and to learn these things as well, and as quickly. Like, it's just my learning ability for physical actions like that isn't as good as it used to be. If I had started dancing when I was like 18, 19 and continued, yeah, I'd keep doing it until I was like 40. But my learning capacity is not as good. You know, I'm learning Japanese, I'm learning this, I'm learning that, I'm learning like 5 programming languages, and on top of that, trying to learning dances. It's challenging. That's why it takes me like a month or 2 to learn one dance. If I was dedicating full time to that, yeah, I could do it 2-3 days, no problem. But a month or 2, and then I lose my motivation over the time, so that's just how it is. And I know a lot of you will disagree and say, hey, like, who cares how old you are? Have fun, do what you want. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But, I mean, for those of you that are my age, you might understand this. For those of you that aren't, you might not understand. But you probably will when you get to mine and Sayu's age areas, even though you feel young and you never will grow up inside, and you will continue to do what you love. The fact is, there's some things that you just know just don't work anymore. You still love them. Like, I know I'll keep watching the dances, I'll still love watching them, but I don't know if I have the same energy for it anymore. So, I thought that was interesting. Based off of what Sayu said, I had that personal connection, and I felt the exact same way, so it hit me kind of hard, and I felt really sad, because I never made the active thought about it. It's just like, when I'm going to sleep, I'll think about it and go to sleep. Like, but then when she said it, it just hit me because it was like I said it, you know, and like, I heard it out of her mouth, and now there's that confirmation. But, so I understand where she's coming from, and I understand why she wants to quit showbiz for a temporary amount of time. I mean, she's been in for what, 10 years? 10 plus years? It's a long time grinding with the same group over and over again. You know, sometimes you need a break. And that's okay, and I'll support her 100%. She's never been my favorite Morning Musume member, but she's definitely one of my most beloved Morning Musume members, if that makes any sense at all. And she's got my support. So, as you can see, I got a Michishige camera, and if I turn that way, you can see the personal book. Oops, it's hard mirroring, okay? Personal book right there. So, that's that. And that's really all I wanted to talk about this week. next week will probably be more involved about my New York trip and stuff, since that'll be a week after that. But that's about it. I hope you guys, if you guys have any questions or you just want to discuss, please do so below. I don't have a lot of followers, so it's not that hard for me to respond to all the comments. Those of you that do comment, you see that I comment. And I've had a couple of discussions, which is great. So please comment below. I will talk to you guys. I'm not a stranger. I'm not some big YouTube star. I do have time to answer you. It's not a big deal. So, and most of you guys are my friends, but there's a handful of people I don't really know who are talking. But like I said, I will reply. Regardless of whether you agree with me or disagree with me, I will reply. I don't care. Like I said, disagreement is just as healthy as agreement. So, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.